Let's carry on with the file from our previous example, and let's talk a little bit about process planning as it relates to the order of operations. The first thing that I want to do is I want to hide my part because we're only really focusing on the fixture in this course. What I want to talk about is coloring different sets of features and faces to help us identify when they get machined, how they get machined, and things of that nature. To do this, we're going to go to our Model Prep tab, and we're going to use the Change Face. It's going to allow us to set a color of specific features and faces. So to do this, I'm going to start by selecting the color I want, and it's important that we identify the color and color number. So you see here that we have 176, 177, 178, and so on. So as I go down this line, these increment by 1 each time. So I'm going to make sure that I understand I'm starting at 176 in this case and moving my way up the scale. So for the first feature, I'm going to use that 176, and I'm going to use this as a facing operation. So I'm going to select this top face, and then I'm going to repeat the process, this time incrementing the color. This time I'll go to 177. We can also go up a bit higher if these two colors are a little too close together. We'll jump up to 178, and then maybe identify this face as a secondary operation. So the reason for this is because as we start to create our tool paths, we can identify certain features, faces, and areas based on their color by using some of the masking options. So if we have an extremely complicated part and we really want to take some time to think about what gets machined when, so we minimize tool changes and we maximize the efficiency of our program, we can go through the process of planning out each area, identifying them based on color, and using these colors when we start to create our toolpaths. This is the extent that I'm going to go in terms of this example by simply coloring that top face in red with 177 and the secondary face in purple. And we'll be able to identify these as we start our program to machine these areas, and we can see how we can utilize this functionality. For now, make sure that you save your file so we can move on to the next step.